marker. Ooh, here we go. What's up, tubers? Welcome back to the channel. I've gotten into the Bronco dually trailer kit bash thing, and I wanted to chat a little bit about where I'm at, how I got there, and this kit, and maybe a little bit about the dually as well. So, first thing, it's been a decent kit. It's gone together fairly well. It's it's all new tool, new molds, whatever, and that's not without saying that it has its inherent problems. There's been a little bit of not really problems so much, but I had to do a lot of ciphering to get to where I am now. Deciphering, ciphering, that's what we used to call it back on the job site, reading blueprints, doing some ciphering to get to this point. I'll talk a little bit about that tricky suspension lift thing in a bit. The molds itself, what my first complaint, rant, I don't know, boy, I went through some tools. I broke that thing. Ooh. And that, a tip of that boy. Anyways, these, the connection points, the sprue, the injection and connection points, they're not placed in the optimum locations as far as finish quality goes. I'm not sure how more PC I can put that, but come on, man, a little bit more forethought into where stuff is going to need to get cleaned up at, instead of smack right in the middle of its presentation point. Grumble. Okay, that's enough of that. Rant aside, it's been a cool kit. It's gone together fairly well. It's all new, new molding. It's fairly well engineered, and it's been somewhat of a joy to work with. I say somewhat because I had to go and make it all different and hard. That's all me. That's entirely me. I'm almost at the point now where I'm ready to cut it open and put the motor in. I've got a few more little things to fiddle with. You can see here I've got some stuff laid out. I want to chat real quick about some of the cool stuff I found, some of the attention to detail. At first I was like, what the heck are those? What are those for? It's an armrest and a back for the center console that, hey, that could be a monitor, right? I put a little, hey, yo, dog, I heard you like monitors, so we put a monitor in your monitor. Other cool details, while we're talking about the center console, there's wow, that was really loud, an pooply-doo handle. God, can I say that? Man, whatever, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. And then a shifter, so those can be detailed up different colors, as well as a receiver and connection ports. That's a pretty cool attention to detail. Really is. It's optional trailer package. Pretty neat, and it fits in there pretty snugly. So that's kind of cool. Little details like optional spare tire carrier. You don't have to put that on, but it's somewhat functional. It's got a little pin. You can put a full-size spare. That's pretty bitchin'. In the world of off-roading, having a full-size spare on board, that's key, man. It really is. And then more details. It's got these cool tow hooks, and I'm not sure what you call those, but they go inside the fenders right there, and it has a little bit of a detail on it that has like an opening. I don't know what you call it. Like on a Hummer, that's be where you'd connect it to the... yeah, okay, whatever. The mirrors, the way they're constructed, pretty cool. The way it's a two-part deal where there's the base that goes into the body, and then the top of the mirror that goes onto the base, so you can easily pivot it and pose it. That's also pretty cool. I can fold it in. And then another little item, the front bumper, comes with an optional usage. I mean, I guess that's supposed to be the part of a winch or something. You know, you put it on there, and I guess it would look like a fair lead. That's kind of reaching. But you can leave it open if you were to, you know, put your own winch on there somewhere. That's a nice little attention to detail there. The D-rings have 0 openings, so that will have to get drilled. But whatever, that's minor. It's got a cool stinger. Bitch in. That's pretty bitch in. And one part that, and the last part of the bits that we're gonna ramble about, this it's not listed in the parts manual. I have yet to call round 2 and figure out where it goes. I went through this entire thing, and as you can see, it's all, it has holes for a pin registry where stuff goes, and I test fit it everywhere. Everywhere there's a hole to see if it would line up. My first thought was, well, it kind of looks like those would be recovery points, right? I mean, that's a simple recovery point. It would go on the front or on the back. Those are for bumpers. Those are for the bumpers. The only place I could find that it fits, oh no, that's right, it's not even on that part of it. Yeah. No, it was on that. Wow. Bear with me here. Wait. Okay. I thought I was prepared for this. That's right, it goes on the front, but to what? I don't know. The only way it fits in this front portion, and then we'll talk about the suspension. It goes in those holes. It's the only ones on anything else here. But that's not how you. What the hell, man? All the Jeeps, all the trucks, all the rigs that I've ever had in my life that needed, recovery points. So you're going to lay on your back and climb in the mud and hook the hook onto that? It's facing the entirely wrong direction. And I mean, I know I'm totally rambling. Maybe it doesn't go like that. I don't know. I haven't called round 2 yet, and I probably don't plan to. I'll make it work. I'm just saying, when you build yours, let me know where you figure out where it goes. And figuring out where it goes, had to do some ciphering, like I said, to figure out where the engine is going to go, how big of a hole to cut out, if that's going to interfere with any other, items that need to go in. Gone through the entire kit, what has to be fabbed. I'll put a little plate there to cover up the hole. The opening of the engine bay, that should be pretty straightforward, not too difficult. And I wanted to do all of these mods before I got into cutting that stuff open and just make it a little bit more flimsy. Same with the body. All I did, this bottom plate thing is meant to go on the other side. This whole thing is supposed to go like that and connect in there. So I basically just raised the entire steering rack and axle an amount. Those are just markers for, I'll have to create posts out of some styrene. Same with the rear. What I did here was I flipped the axle. I just turned it upside down, giving it a little bit more height. And I'll have to create some long arms and then trim off some of the other stuff, like sway bar, schmay bar. And that's about it, really. It was a relatively easy lift. And I mean, I'll address the drive lines later. We'll snip those off and then re-angle them to where the T-case will go. So, I mean, it sits level. It's got the right spacing as to where those wheels are going to go as far as forward or back and up and down. Worked out pretty easily. And then the other cuts that I have to make, I'm still kind of figuring out where the Bronco would have, where the door would open. I think from what I can see on pictures, it would go back here. But it's going to make it a lot easier if I just hack it right there and under where the mirror, the pillar thing would go. Just open it up right there. And it's not ideal. It's not it's not the way the real ones would go, so haters are going to hate. I may wind up just trimming that whole piece off. I mean, because I'm not going to use the doors. And then on the inside, I'll just have to cut the forward portion of the door card. And that'll be really easy, because those will just line up right there. I'll still have rear interior, and that should be pretty straightforward. But like I said, I haven't wanted to do any of that larger cutting until I got all this other stuff done, because that's going to make this thing really flexy. But other than that, like I said, it all fits together pretty well. It's a nice kit. Really curious to see what they do coming down the line with having one with an actual engine. I mean, the newer engines are sort of boring to look at. They're not as exciting as some can be. Oh, it's gonna be so sick. It's been a decent kit to work with. The few things that, like I pointed out there, I'll have to make some better long arms, and then I'm also gonna try and fabricate some axle trusses, and that's about it. I've got some other, like I showed you the winch, and then some accessories for wheeling. I can throw in some stuff I printed. And this one was brainless. I mean, there's nothing to it really. Just cut a big hole, and I'll have to address that big hole and where the transition cover goes. Whatever. There you go. Just real quick, for the guys that entered the group build off, I've got some stuff for you. As soon as I get a label on it, send it out to you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one, which incidentally is no, not that. It's the new one that's coming, the 330. Should be showing up sometime today or tomorrow, and I'll do a unboxing / side by side of this kit and that kit, which it's really not any different. I mean, it's got a different pillar, but it's basically the same Polara Belvedere, Chrysler Dodge thing that's been around for quite a while, but it's got that cool slant 6 in it, so I kind of had to get one. Whatever, that's coming up. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. And I forgot to add that I'll put a brief slideshow after this of where... Did I already say that? I don't know. I'm saying it again now. If not, of what it took to get to this point. Some better pictures of the hacking and slicing and dicing. It's only plastic, man. It's only plastic. Don't be afraid. Make the cut. Oh, yeah. Russell? Not really. I mean, they're garbage. You don't want one. I know you said you did, but That's all. See you next time.